So after you've done all the first obvious checks, like is the switch on, choke on if it's cold, fuel on, and you've got fuel in it, then I'll check to make sure you've got good fuel in there. So to do that, you just want to undo that 10mm nut at the bottom. I'll just get someone to pour it in first. Okay, so I've got the pot. So you want to get this one to the side, not the bottom one, because the bottom one is the holds the float bowl in as well. So just want to get the side one off. So I can see fuel's coming out, so it looks good, clean, no water in it. So let that drain out a bit. I mean, I know this one's good anyway, so I'm just going through the motions. But you can now turn the fuel on and off and just make sure that tap's working. So I know I've got good fuel in there, good clean fuel. If I was in any doubt, I'd whip the bowl off and have a look. So that's it for the fuel side of it. So the next thing I would do is I would check the oil level sender. Obviously check your oil first. If it's too low, it might have affected this switch, but you can test this switch by just checking for continuity. Obviously, if you get a low ohms reading of 0.00, then you know that the switch is operating, so it's not going to spark. So pull it apart. Just connect one end to the connector, and then the other end goes into the oil switch inside the engine. And I just want to test to make sure it's not continuous. Obviously I want high resistance here, so greater than 2000 ohms, so that's good. Shows me that the switch is not on, so that it should spark. Obviously if you see that, you know there's a problem, or there's no oil in it. So this should spark now, so I'll just check the spark. So we know we've got good fuel down to the carb. We know we've got the oil level sender switch and the switch is working. So now we'll just make sure it is sparking. Well, let's test the spark. I always use the spark tester. It's got a gap in there, and if it jumps this gap, you pretty much know that the coil and everything is fine. So just make sure your switch is on, pull it over, and you should see a spark. I've just seen it then. I'm not sure if you can see it. But it's definitely sparking, it's sparking really good. So I know it's sparking there. The next thing I'll check is the spark plug. I'll just do that now. Right, I don't want to take the spark plug out. All we have to do is measure the continuity from the tip to the electrode inside and make sure it's alright. I've actually got a video doing that already, so if you want to look at the no spark video for these, it's on that. So that is it really. We'll check the carb, make sure it's original, Cahin. The copy ones ain't that good. Make sure your fuel's on and got good fuel and it's getting through to the float bowl. Make sure you've got a spark, a good spark. Get a spark plug tester, make sure it jumps the gap. The last thing would be compression. I've already done a video on the compression testing of these if you want to have a look. But if you've got low compression, obviously your engine won't start. So that's it though, that's the simple test. Just your oil sensor, is it sparking, and you've got good fuel getting to the carb.